Thank you very much for taking part in my presentation. I'm Yukie Saito. I work for a private university in central Tokyo. Today, I would like to talk about the effects of VR and online public speaking lessons on student speaking skills. So this shows the outline of the presentation. First, I will talk about potential of VR and online study abroad program in the previous studies. Secondly, I will introduce an online international ICT internship program. So in this program, I conducted research. Thirdly, I will talk about how I collected the data, like speaking test, Kendo questioning about speaking, questioning about the program and the student journal. So after that, I will share result of TOEIC speaking test, Kendo questioning about speaking, questioning about the program and the student journal. At the end of the presentation, I will imply potential and the challenges of the use of VR in English education. So first, I would like to introduce one definition of VR, an immersive and interactive experience based on graphic images in 3D generated in real time by computer. In other words, it's a simulation generated by a computer about a real or just an imaginary world. VR is also listed as an emerging technology and practice which will have a significant impact on the future post-secondary teaching and learning in the report of EDCORS. Then I would like to share some advantages of using VR in English education, such as increasing engagement, reducing affective filter, also reducing public speaking anxiety. And also it's mentioned that the VR can raise student motivation. And so in my previous studies, I reported that the use of VR can lower student foreign language anxiety and improve speaking skills. So also there's some benefits in using VR for online study abroad programs. So such as similar degrees of improvement in the affective and behavioral aspect of intercultural communicative competence in the study abroad and telecollaboration groups. This is a study about real study abroad program and telecollaboration. And so also I would like to talk about another study related to the use of VR in an online study abroad course. An online study abroad course with VR engaged students in active learning activities and cultivated student intercultural competence development. So now I would like to talk about the program called ICT Online Internship Program. So this program is an elective course for a university student in the private university, and as it's written here, it's an elective program, and so it was held in the fall from 2021 to, in the spring in 2022. It was offered as a fall semester's course. And as you can see, there are 3 steps. So in the first step, there's pre-training lectures from business people of IT companies in Japan, such as Google, Microsoft, Facebook, AWS, and after that there was a step 2. So in the step 2, there was a pre-training of VR English lessons. So discussion, debate, presentation. And step 3, this is the main part of this ICT online internship program. So it was a 2-week program. So a student were able to listen to lectures from business people of IT companies in the US. And they also took a public speaking lessons. They made a final presentation too. Then now I'd like to share what I did in VR English lessons. I taught VR English lessons. So this shows what I did. So day one, self-introduction and discussion, like a warm-up question. Discussion such as, do you think we should get the third vaccination? Do you think VR will be popular? So as I mentioned it, so in the program, in the pre-program one, so as a part of pre-program one, the student had an opportunity to listen to lectures so about development of information technologies. So in the lectures, talks about VR were also included. So that's why I included this question. And in day two, so they made like a discussion and a debate. So such as like a debate about AI will help humanity. And so in the lesson of day three, they made a presentation. So presentation about the lectures, including answers. What technology have you found the most interesting? And as I mentioned it, so in the part of pre-program one, so student had several opportunities to listen to the latest technology. So that's why I included this question. So now I would like to share some images of the VR English lessons. So I wrote some questions so on the board, so such as, do you think VR will be popular? And so on. So the participants joined this space as avatars, and they interacted with other students. And so this image shows the image of some making a debate. So on the left side, so I wrote debate topics such as social media do more harm than good. And so I also on the whiteboard, so I shared how to make a good debate. So this shows that like a real scene of the VR. So they made they practice debating. And now, so I would like to talk about the 2-week main program. So as I mentioned, this part is a main program, and it was an online program, so which was offered by a university in the US. The program is made up of like 3 parts. Public speaking lessons by a native English teacher. So they also had an opportunity to improve discussions, debate, and presentation skills in English. And special topics in ICT lectures from like Google, Facebook, Zoom, and so on. And so based on what they learned, so in the public lessons and special topics, they made a final presentation. So in the final presentation, they made a proposal to solve a problem in the world using the latest technology. And so in this project, so in this program, so I made 3 research questions. So the first one is whether the VR English lesson and the public speaking lessons have had an influence on student speaking proficiency. The second research question is whether the perception about their public speaking skills has changed before and after the VR English lesson and the public speaking lesson. How did they perceive the VR English lesson? So now I would like to share how I collected the data. So first, so they took a pre-TOEIC speaking test before the VR English lesson and the main program. After the VR English lesson, the main programs, they also took a post-TOEIC speaking test. So I also conducted a questionnaire survey about public speaking skills with a reference to candle of cephalic companion volume. So they answered a pre-questionnaire about public speaking skills, and also they answered the same questionnaire survey about public speaking skills after the program. questionnaire about the program, and the student journal about speaking skills. So self-evaluation about TOEIC speaking test, the VR lesson, the business English classes. So while they were taking the course, they took a note about TOEIC speaking test, the VR lesson, the business English classes. So now I would like to talk about how I developed the questionnaire survey for this research. So I used Cephalo companion volumes as a reference. So this shows examples of adapted candle in Cephalo companion volume related to public speaking skills, such as so related to sustained monologue, putting a case, can develop an argument well enough to be followed without difficulty most of the time, addressing the audience. So this is related to presentation skills, can give a prepared presentation on a familiar topic within their field, outlining similarity and differences. So also related to formal discussion, can participate actively in routine or non-routine formal discussion, online interaction, online conversation, and discussion. So because the main program was offered online, so that's why I decided to include these candles too. So now, I would like to share results of TOEIC speaking test. So on the left side, you can see the average of the pre-TOEIC speaking test. So it was 125.45. So in the post-test, it was 131.82. So I can say that it's not significant. I don't think that I was able to gain a significant difference result. Because there is no big difference between the pre-test result and the post-test result. So now I would like to share result of Cantor questionnaire about speaking. So there are three choices. So I can do it now. One, I cannot do it now. Two, I can do it to some degree. No. Three, I can't do it to a large degree. So this was a kind of like a can-do statement. So that's why I did not use a 5 Likert scale or 4 Likert scale instead. So I chose I made it simple. And as you can see, so from 1 to 8, for example, so I can develop an argument well enough to be followed without difficulty most of the time. So compared to the pre-questionnaire, most students think that they can develop an argument well enough to be followed without difficulty most of the time. From 1 to 8, so can do statement, all of them. So I think there was an improvement. And also from 9 to 15, so such as please take a look at this. So 10 can participate actively in routine and non-routine formal discussions. So I think there was an improvement compared to the questionnaire survey. So I can, of course, this shows the student perception about their public speaking skills. So, but the results show that the students think that they were able to improve their public speaking skills. So, now, I would like to share result of the question survey about the program itself. So, English classes. So, just I would like to share the result of this question survey related to VR use. So English classes using VR as a part of the pre-training program help to improve English discussion, debate, and presentation skills. So actually, so as I mentioned it, so the participants were like a 13 students. However, only like so 11 students so answered the question survey at the end of the program. So 2 students didn't answer. So 5 students chose strongly agree, and 5 other students chose agree. However, there was 1 student who chose neither agree or disagree. But so in general, I can say that the use of VR was helpful for them to improve English discussion, debate, and presentation skills. So this shows the student perception about the VR use as a part of pre-training program. Then, I would like to share the result of student journal about the VR lessons. And I coded some. I coded student answers. So I used like keywords such as engagement and foreign language anxiety. So these are mentioned in the previous studies. So such as it was really fun experience to meet with avatars, and also like a foreign language anxiety. Actually, so many students wrote something related to foreign language anxiety, so such as like in the first lesson, I was less nervous when I was talking on Zoom. So students compared the VR English lesson and Zoom English lesson. And also, I was very surprised at how much fun the class was using VR. And I was able to approach my friends without hesitation. And also, I felt it was easy a little in the VR space about speaking, sort of like speaking English. Speaking in English is very difficult for me, but I felt it was eased a little in the VR space. So this shows the result of student journal in terms of engagement and foreign language anxiety. So now I would like to summarize the results. So effects of VR English lessons and public speaking lesson on student speaking proficiency. So actually, there was no big difference between the pre-TOEIC speaking test and the post-TOEIC speaking test. So and the number of VR lessons, maybe public speaking lessons, were limited. So I think it may need more time of the VR English lesson and the public speaking lessons. So also, a student had a lot of opportunity to listen to ICT relevant lectures. So many students mentioned that they were able to improve their listening skills. So in the future studies, I think it's important to include like pre-test and post-test which evaluate their listening skills. And the summary of the results are perception about their public speaking skills. So more positive perception about their own public speaking skill after the program. And then perception about the VR English lesson. Positive perception about the VR lessons on their public speaking skill, discussion, debate, and presentation. And so the student journal shows that some students felt that they were able to lower their foreign language anxiety and increased their engagement. Now I would like to talk about future direction before ending this presentation. Focus on the investigation about the effects of VR English lessons in an online international internship program will be needed. To investigate the effects of VR English lessons on student public speaking skills before the program, more VR lessons may be needed. And also TOEIC speaking test after VR lessons and before public speaking lessons. So in this research, so a student took the TOEIC speaking test before the VR English lessons and the program, the online international ICT internship. And also, after the VR English lessons, the online international ICT internship program, they took the post-TOEIC test. However, to investigate the effects of VR English lessons on student public speaking skills, so it's important to include another TOEIC speaking test after the VR lessons and before public speaking lesson. Then, so I think it may be possible to investigate the effects of VR English lessons themselves. And as I mentioned it earlier, so the number of VR lessons is limited, so I offered only 3 lessons. I think I need to include more VR lessons to investigate effects of VR English lessons. So I would like to continue to do research. So in the program, an online international ICT internship. So I would like to end my presentation, so showing a list of references here. Thank you very much for taking part in my presentation.